Until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Yeah, keep it up, keep it up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Was a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 11 now. Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. On first down, Goodson. Xavier Howard up to...
Xavier Howard on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Herbert. Open man for him. He's got him. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. The Chargers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. We're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going for Burton, and he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is incomplete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll look to throw again. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you don't make. Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. Well, he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Herbert now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced them to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
10-0 the score after one. On
Together, defense! Keep it together! Let's go!
Here's 2nd and 8. He completes it to Wilson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And a gamble pays off. They get the first. And high fives all around on that sideline. It's a first down as they wind up getting 11 on the fake punt. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That will send him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. They'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Back to throw again. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Kamara will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Now, after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, it can keep them out of that area.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they were successful.
So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this 1-possession ball game.
And ideally, every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And there's still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They'll set up a throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll run on first down. Goodson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 yards there on what will be the final play of this first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize utilize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're going to look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones in.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Jalen Phillips, the edge man, on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Herbert. This one into the hand. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Touchdown, LA! So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there, and he threw...
Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the run of the crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. If you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will, and he's got a 1st down to boot. Up the middle they go. Goodson. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd and 3rd levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Touchdown! Donald Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about it. And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rate of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here's another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of...
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's, dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, spoiled little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at.